Hello there! And in today's video, we will be reviewing LEGO set number 75251, Darth Vader's Castle. The first figure of the set is the Dark Lord of the Sith himself, Darth Vader. As you can see, he's got his red lightsaber, some nice, but I think somewhat common leg printing. Very nice torso print. This is before they gave him arm printing. And then he's... Oh! I forgot he didn't have any back printing. And then... I know there's pretty mixed feelings on this helmet, because it does kind of look like he's always looking up. But I quite like it because of the fact that it's two parts. Oh, and also he's got the spongy cape here. But then he's got a nice face print with some, like, scars or cracks or whatever on the back. And then... that's what it looks like on the front. Yeah, I do like that this helmet is two pieces. I don't think I've reviewed a set with the newer Vader on the channel yet, but I quite like the newer helmet. The second figure is the Royal Guard. Now, I'm only going to be showing you one of these because there's two identical ones in the set. As you can see, it's a little bit hard to see on camera, but they have maroon arms and hands, and then this really cool double-sided cape where, come on, focus, the back of the cape is red, and then the inside of the cape is maroon, and also there's no back printing. But yeah, that's pretty neat. It's always nice to get some red legs, and then he's got this, like, stick thing, which is just a black telescope piece with a light gray stick in there, and then he's got this nice, like, hood piece. I've always really liked this piece. They've been using it for the better part of 20 years, but I still think it's a good piece. And then, of course, there's some nice printing on the torso that's also slightly hard to see on camera, and just a plain on-printed minifigure head. This is the first exclusive minifigure in the set. This is... I don't really know what to call it. I guess, like... de-suited Vader? No, that's not really a word, I don't think. But yeah, he's got the silver arm with the dark gray hands, and then one white arm. Some very nice printing on the front of the legs, not the sides of the legs, as well as the torso, and then back of the torso. Come on, please focus. As well as on the back of the head, and then if you move this little black piece to the side, I don't know what to call it, you can see his face print. This is a very good minifigure. It's definitely one of the... I don't know about scary, but I guess somewhat creepier Star Wars minifigures. That isn't from the Clone Wars. It's a very good figure, though. The only complaint I would have, which isn't even a complaint, just a nitpick, some side leg printing would be nice, but I don't really mind that very much. The final figure of this set, the Imperial Transport Pilot, is probably my favorite figure in the set, and is also exclusive. As you can see, he's got just a regular blaster, and then some blue arms and black hands, then some really nice leg, torso, and helmet printing. I love this helmet piece. I think I've only ever gotten one of these. Oh yeah, angry clone face. I believe this is the helmet that... Whoa. I believe this is the helmet that's also used for the Scarif Troopers. That's what they're called. The, like, tan ones from Rogue One. They weren't Scarif Troopers. They were Shore Troopers. That's what they were called. And oh, spoilers for Mandalorian Season 2. I think towards the end of the season, there was also some other type of troopers with that helmet in that show, but yeah, I really like this figure. Also, we've got some nice back torso printing. I really like this figure mostly because it's like a Imperial trooper, but, I mean, it has Imperial in the name, but it has the color scheme of a 501st trooper, and I think that's cool. Before we get on to the main build, I'm going to show some of the side builds. First, we have a brick separator. Then there's this nice little build for a mouse droid. And then, the real main attraction of the side builds, this somewhat like, I guess, mid-scale Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. Also, it comes with some extra translucent red studs. We have some stud shooters down here. These nice wings, which are on click hinges. This clip back here for his lightsaber. And then there's this big printed dish right here. And then to put him in there, you can go in here and let me actually get Vader. I like that you can actually fit him in here somewhat easily. Hold on a minute. There we go. So then you can't see him through the windshield, but it's still cool that he fits in there. And then you can put his lightsaber back here. I don't know what that noise was. That was more like a race car than a TIE fighter. I can't do a TIE fighter noise. Now let's look at the main build. This very much does not fit entirely in frame, so we're going to look at the different individual sections. First, we're going to look at the exterior. We have this part right here, which let me grab Vader. I think is cool because that kind of reminds me of this part right here of Vader's armor. I just think that's pretty cool. And then you've got some lava flowing down right here with like some Mixel teeth and one of those like cracked rock pieces that they used a lot in Nexo Knights, I think. These big rocks here, which use these cool things, which are sort of like big ugly rock pieces, but they're like corner ones. And I think if you put 4 of them together and some other bricks on there and put the pieces in brown, that would be a really good way to make Patrick's house from SpongeBob. Yes, I know that's very off topic. And then there's just like this back here. And then looking at the taller section, we have some translucent red windows here. More of like some nice dark gray parts, more translucent red. I like how it looks on the side here, as well as there's this little clip, which is for a door. We'll pay more attention to that once we look at the interior. And then there's the same thing on this side, just minus the door. Then if we go up a bit to the top, you can see there's not much up here except for a stud shooter, which also came with an extra stud. Now, let's look at the interior. Starting at the side down here, we have, let me zoom the camera in a bit. We have a bunch of like studs, which is meant to be ammunition, resting here. And then there's this black paint roller piece, which I think is meant to look like some sort of pipe, as well as we have a control panel. Then there's this neat thing here, where if you push this out, there's a little red, I assume some sort of kyber crystal. Then we have some stairs which lead up to that door, which like I said, we'll look at more in a minute. And then it's kind of hard to see, but there's a bunch of stickered pieces down here. And that's because you can fit Darth Vader's TIE Fighter down here, which is pretty cool. It doesn't like rest on anything, it just slides under there. That's still cool. And then over here we have some sort of like Sith shrine with some little black statues. The same piece you'd see for like a Palpatine hologram, but in translucent blue instead of black. This nice stickered Nexo Knights piece here. What I assume is a holocron. Some big stickered pieces over here. And then another one of these. Pop that out and there's what seems to be a lightsaber, which is pretty cool. And then, if we go up a bit, first of all, this room looks really cool on camera with the light shining through the red parts. But yes, as you can see, there's some stickers here in this doorway, because you can like open the door and then have somebody go through. That's good that I grabbed this minifig, because there's also what I think is a Bacta tank, however you pronounce it, that you can put this Darth Vader in, and you can also remove this very easily. And then you can go put it in your Boba Fett's palace or something. Just make sure you remove Vader first. And once we get that back in there, you can see there's just a little control panel in there. Then, if we go up to the next floor, we have this little, like, Palpatine hologram. I'm gonna, at some point, be getting an extra one of these to put with Phase 2 Cody when I get the ATTE, because for some reason the set doesn't come with one. There's this little piece here. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. Maybe, like, for his lightsaber or something. I don't know. It's neat, I just don't know what it's for. And we have Darth Vader's meditation chamber. And again, if we take this Vader minifigure and put him in there, then we can close the chamber. And that's pretty neat. I know they made like a really, really big Darth Vader's meditation chamber set. I don't own that set because it's, I mean, it's neat, but it's quite a bit of money. It's cool that they have a smaller one in here, though. And then, if we go up there, there's this nice round stickered piece by the stud shooter. And on the box, it shows this guy operating it. So if we spin that around, oh, and you can see him through there. There you go. Just like how it shows on the box. Alright. Now, let's look at the box and manual. I've completely removed my camera from the tripod because this is a very large box, so apologies if the filming is a bit shaky at this point. It shows the minifigs here, and there's this really nice art of the build on Mustafar, and then all that information there. This little picture of Vader up here. And then we have the actual size comparison thing. Yeah, checks out. Whoa. The nice, like, white greebling you see on most of the LEGO Star Wars sets from the past couple of years. And there's not much interesting on this side or this side, except for more art. And then if we flip the box around, you can see it shows a bunch of the play features. Oh, that's what that thing was for. It was for charging the mouse droid or something. That's cool. I never noticed that. Then it shows this stuff and that and that. This over here. Pretty neat. Oh, and something else cool I noticed about this box is there's these little arrows to show you that you're supposed to open it here. I think that's cool. Something else I wanted to show is, in the box, there was this thing in here where the manual was, so it didn't get, like, bent or anything. The manual and large sticker sheet was in, like, a plastic sleeve already, but I think that's pretty neat. Now let's look at the manual. The manual in question is, of course, one of these very large and extremely thick manuals. Also, I like how the art goes onto the spine here, too. That's cool. And then there's the, like, little QR code for the directions thing. Then on the back, we have Win Robot. It shows all the pieces there. And then a bunch of other 2018 sets. Let's look at these. Let's see, the only one of these that I own is that. I remember I really wanted this one because it goes with this. I almost got those two a couple of times. I love the Snoke's Throne Room set. I remember I did really want these two as well. This because I don't own a Sandcrawler, and that because I, believe it or not, actually do really like the new helmet style that they introduced just for that set, but then did away with because people didn't like it. Actually, you can see that right here, and then it shows all the minifigs here. Yes, I do have this set. It's like the only Solo a Star Wars Story set. You may have seen it in the background of some of my videos, but... And then it just shows more Lego instructions thing. Oh, and then it shows the mouse droid thing on the back here, too. I don't know how I missed that it does that. I've had this set for, like, quite a few months. As you can see, yes, I did put the mouse droid in there. Overall, I very much enjoy this set. It has a really, really awesome looking build, some great minifigures, a really nice mid-scale vehicle. I don't really know what to call it, but it's cool. And it just looks really, really awesome. It's such a cool looking set. And that's why I would give it a 9 out of 10. I don't really have any big problems with this set. Like, if I had to complain about it, and even then, it's just nitpicks. It would be cool if some of the figures had leg printing or dual molded legs, but that's not a requirement. And the set is kind of, like, at a smaller scale than you would probably think. But even that, I can't blame them for, because, I mean, if they wanted to make one that was, like, the right scale, then it'd probably have to be, like, a $300 to $500 set. And at the $130 that this originally retailed for, when you could still buy it for retail, I think that's a very good price for what you get, because it's still a really nice model. And yeah, I'm still kind of upset that it was an Amazon exclusive, but that's not really anything wrong with the set itself. That's just me not really liking Amazon. But that's it for today's video. I'm sorry that the uploads have been very, very sporadic lately. I know I've said this in almost every single one of my last couple videos, but I'll explain that whole thing another time. I really am trying to be more consistent with my uploads. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't, I have plenty of other videos on the channel that you can check out. But that's it for today's video. Bye!